Hello, listeners, and welcome to the broadcast. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Sydney Wells, and allow me to invite you into my studio. All right. Here we are. If you're wondering about the voice, well, so am I. We'll get to that, rest assured. So, this here is my studio in the fine city of Boston, Massachusetts. And I guess now that we're here, let's get to the debut. So, I, as mentioned, am Sydney Wells. I am the independent Vtuber, and I am, or at the very least I used to be, a radio host. Basically, my memory's a little bit fuzzy. From what I remember, I was originally born in 1969. And then somewhere around 1996, I died, which would mean I'd be about 25 years old. My death was ruled as a mistake by some sort of divine force, and as compensation for their mistake, I was given a second chance at life with a couple of caveats. The first of which was, the only way a human body can be created is by other humans. So I had to wait about 25 years for my body to be created by humans, and then age to my age from when I was dead. That way I don't get any extra years on my life, which I guess that's fair. Can't complain when they bring you back from the dead. So an angel went down to heaven, or went down from heaven to earth, and they lived out those 25 years in my body as a placeholder. Once I was able to finally return to Earth, we basically swapped places. My memory was altered so that I understood most of what the angel had learned and experienced during those 25 years on Earth. However, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. They screwed that up too. So I do remember most of it, but there are definitely some things my memory is still a little bit hazy on. And all my memories of purgatory and my previous life were either forgotten or at least deeply, deeply repressed, to the point where I remember very, very little other than the fact that I was a radio host and the fact that there were no bodies in purgatory. It was a really weird experience that I don't know how to really describe. However, memory is a very fickle thing, and I have noticed I'm able to sort of jog my memory by actions I take in this current life. I noticed this. I went to an arcade in New Hampshire, and I played Pac-Man, and all the memories of me chilling out at the arcade in my teenage years came flooding back. So, evidently, those do allow me to remember some things. I imagine other media can do so too, such as movies or possibly even books, although I feel like reading a book on stream would be a pretty fucking boring stream. But in any case, so my basic info, there's a picture of me there, is I am 25 years old, as I had mentioned. I was born in this life on September 24th of 1997. Originally, I believe I was born in 1969, as I had mentioned earlier. I don't remember what month, and I certainly don't remember the exact birth date. But something along those lines of somewhere around 1969. My height, I am 160.5 centimeters, or as we say in America, 5.3 feet, because we like to be special snowflakes and not conform to the metric system. My blood type is AB. As mentioned, I am American. My home city is Boston. And the station ID for my radio station, or this channel I suppose, is W-VTR. Vtube Radio. Some of my likes include radio. Yeah, big fucking surprise there, I know. Movies, video games, baseball, I am from Boston after all. Go Sox. Hiking and walking, remixing music, and researching to an extent. If I like the subject, I definitely enjoy researching to make like little mini documentaries or whatever. I don't really like researching topics that I don't have choices on. Wasn't a huge fan of school, but I got through it anyway, I think. I frankly don't quite know, I just remember I went. I dislike hot days, country music, not a huge fan. Coffee, I'm way too bitter for my tastes, not a big fan of tea either, and most alcohol, so I know some VTubers really like to make streams where they mix drinks or just get completely wasted. I most likely will not be doing that, because I really do not like the taste of really any alcohol. It's also probably not very helpful or healthy for me either. So, some of my favorites. My favorite film is sort of a tie. It's between The Thing from 1982. This is the John Carpenter version, not the original The Thing from Another World, and not the original novel Who Goes There, but the 1982 The Thing. John Carpenter directed it. Kurt Russell stars. One of the persons also plays President in one of the Harrison Ford movies. I think Clear and Present Danger. I could be wrong. He's dead now, apparently. So that's sad. Also, another big contender, big tie, is Jaws, which I remember seeing very briefly as a kid. And most kids I feel that see it are like scared. I was just amazed. I thought it was really cool, and I still think it's really cool. The sequels are awful, but the original was really good. I really liked it, and it was Steven Spielberg's directorial debut, so that's cool. My favorite color is cyan. As you will likely see, I like to use the color cyan, as well as pink as well, because most of my teenage years, and I guess even early adulthood, technically, were in the 80s. Consider myself to be an 80s baby, so. Favorite food, buffalo chicken. I really like buffalo chicken. I like the spice. I like hot foods as well. A lot of Mexican I like. I like some Indian. Yeah. Drink is Pepsi. I do like Coke. Most of my family, if I remember correctly, drank Coke. I always preferred Pepsi. I don't know why. I really don't know why. I think Coke is just like a little too sweet for me. But I don't know. I prefer Pepsi. Sport, baseball. Again, go Sox. Music genre. I like rock and heavy rock, almost metal, but not quite metal. Like, maybe 3 steps down from metal, I'd say. I definitely don't like screaming metal, but I like heavy rock, I like rock. I like grunge a lot too, and 80s synth. That one is mostly, I'm not gonna lie, nostalgia. Just, again, teenage years, glory days, etc. So some of my goals in my VTube career, I would love to collab with other independent VTubers. Corporate VTubers I would gladly take collabs with too, but yeah, I don't think that's going to be happening anytime soon. I want to recover as much of my memory as possible. I plan to do this by, as I mentioned before, a lot of media brings it back, so I'm hoping if I like play some video games, watch some movies, watch some TV, and just experience life, hopefully bits and pieces will come back to me. One of the main things I would love to find out is why my voice is like this. Because as mentioned in the beginning, I don't know either. The scientific guess would be maybe I have like high testosterone or something, but I don't know. I haven't gotten checked yet. I actually haven't been to a doctor at all yet. Since I got here in this body. I only got here about a month ago. So, it's been an interesting month. Believe it or not, 25 years in purgatory without a body. Not being able to sleep. When you get back in the body, you're very, very tired. I've almost been hibernating for the past 2 weeks, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, other than that, I would like to play some new video games. Ones I missed while I was stuck in purgatory. Also revisit some classics. I'm a big boomer shooter fan. Or like, I mean, back then we just called them shooters. But nowadays, I guess the kids call them boomer shooters because they're old. I'm old, I guess, although I was literally born a month ago. It's weird. It's very complicated. But I would like to catch up on video games I missed, revisit some more classics. I know Doom, I played a lot of Doom as a kid. I remember, or not as a kid, but like, in my first life. I remember playing Quake. I'm not as familiar with it. It came out very close to my death. I definitely played through the first episode. I'm not sure if I made it past that, though. I'm not 100% sure. And I know there are plenty of other games I would like to take a look at, including a renaissance of, like, boomer shooter-like shooters coming out in the modern day, which is pretty cool. I would love to check some of those out, too. Anyway, so play the video games. I would like to release an original song. This is almost a rite of passage from VTubers. From what I've researched, almost everyone has some original song. Some of them are really good, some of them are passable. I don't think I've found one that I outright despise. There are just some that kind of aren't for me. But yeah, now in my case, I'm not good at singing, so it's mostly gonna be instrumental. I do enjoy making instrumental tracks. I've just never made a fully original one. As mentioned before, I remix a lot of old stuff. And of course, I would like to entertain an audience, which, I mean, yeah. I was a radio host. I would like to do that again. Unfortunately, the radio is dead, so here we are. This is apparently the new way of broadcasting. The nice thing, though, is there is no FCCC. It's not called the FCCC. What am I talking about? No FCC, so I can basically put more stuff on the air. More language, a lot more excusable here. You know, obviously some stuff is off limits, both from YouTube and from a common decency standpoint, in my opinion. But yeah, I can swear a lot, so that's nice. That's another advantage of being independent, too. No big corporation to push down on you and tell you what you can and cannot do. Ain't got no manager. None of that. Alright, so some ideas for streams. As I mentioned, video games. I really like boomer shooters, quote-unquote. I also am a fan of platformers, and I've seen a few indie games and mods that are cool. Most of what I've played of mods are mostly boomer shooter mods. Stuff like Doom mods. I remember playing a lot as a in my first life. And indie games, I mean, a lot of them, again, I wrote this little PowerPoint about a month ago, and then I, like, slept. I went into hibernation. So, I think I mostly meant, like, smaller games, by independent studios or artists, because after all, I am, again, an independent VTuber. It would be cool to play some independent games. Anyway, another one is film watch-alongs. This is a fairly common trope among VTubers from what I've seen. A lot of older films from my childhood would be nice. The Thing would definitely be on that list. As would Jaws, probably. Which I'm honestly surprised I have not seen a VTuber watch Jaws, which, especially given some of the famous English VTubers and what Jaws is about, that's kind of surprising to me that no one seems to have watched Jaws. Or maybe they have, I just didn't notice it. That's also possible. Anyway, another thing is collabs. As I mentioned, I would love to collab with other VTubers, probably independents. And video and meme reactions. This is also another fairly common VTuber trope, especially independent, from what I've seen VTubers do this a lot. Just, I don't know, reacting to videos. Seems like relatively easy content, I'm not gonna lie, but if people like it, so there you go. Some additional content ideas. So, as in radio, I'm looking to do some live stuff, obviously, as we are live right here. I would also like to do some not live stuff, pre-recorded, if you will. So, for example, some of these would be documentaries. I would like to do little mini documentaries about maybe the history of films or video games, random trivia about those films or video games, or just random stuff I find cool. One of the ideas for this as well is, if I stream a video game, I might, like, open with a little segment explaining, like, some trivia or some history or backstory on the game. Some games will be easier to do that than others. I know some game studios are, like, really open, and we know a lot about the development process. Others are very, very, like, tight-lid, closed system. Not really, like, not very open to sharing that information. Stream lead-ins. This is actually what I briefly mentioned there. This is something like a pre-recorded and scripted segment that provides context or trivia on the subject of the stream, and will play before the actual live stream goes live proper. I mean, it would be on the same live stream, it just wouldn't really be live. I'd just be playing the clip live, if that makes sense. Hopefully you know what I mean. And then another thing would be lore updates. This is going to be very infrequent, and I'm calling it lore updates, mostly that's what I've seen other VTubers call it, but basically this is just, hey, I remembered stuff now. Here's what I remembered. So yeah, that will be probably less frequently. It will only come when I have some, like, big news, or some, like, massive revelation. Or if I get, like, a bunch of, like, little news, and eventually I have, like, a collection of it, I might go over it. This will probably be a relatively short videos. I'd say maybe, like, half an hour max, and I don't know. It depends on what I remember, I suppose. Yeah. Basically, as long as it takes me to go over that information. So, hashtags. Apparently that's what these are called. I'm not gonna lie, I read them as pounds, because that's what it was on the telephone, but hashtags are things I've seen other VTubers do. So I have 3, sort of 4, depends on how you look at it. One of them is neon memes. This is just random memes, or, are they pronounced memes? I think they're pronounced memes. I was originally pronouncing them like memes or something, but that seems wrong, from what I've seen of other VTubers. So I'm gonna go with memes. So that's neon memes. That's the hashtag for that, based on neon beams. Like, pretty much every open sign, and really a lot of business signs were back in my day. Another one for streams is, hashtag Radio Reborn. or more commonly what I'll probably use is hashtag W-VTR. This is just probably going to be on my live streams. If you're checking out the live stream, you can tweet this or whatever. I do have a Twitter. I'll get to that later. I'm still figuring out how Twitter works, not going to lie. But yeah, hopefully I'll figure it out. I'm still trying to figure out how YouTube works also, so, you know, that's fun. And then we have a fan art tag. I don't know if I'll get any fan art, to be honest, but I have seen other, even independent VTubers get fan art, so just in case I decide to come up with one, that's going to be W-VTR. Pun on W-VTR. Very clever. It took me a vast amount of time to come up with that, and by a vast amount of time, I mean about like 10 minutes, if that. But that's going to be the hashtag for fan art. If I get a bunch of fan art, I'll probably do like reactions to that too. I'd also probably I'll get permission from the artist, obviously, but I would also love to like use them for thumbnails. I can probably make thumbnails on my own. I did do a little bit of graphic design back in the 80s. Naturally, it has significantly changed since the days of like Windows. I don't even remember what the operating system was back then. Actually, did we even have an fuck it, I don't remember. Anyway, fan art, I would love to feature it. Leave the hashtag, tweet to me on Twitter. Again, we'll get to the Twitter later. So, speaking of, my Twitter. So, we have the Twitter account here. That's the link. My handle or username, whatever it's called, is Sydney Wells VTR. If you're wondering why it's not W-VTR, there's apparently a really random character limit on your handle. I think that's what it was. Either that or W-VTR was taken. If W-VTR was taken, hopefully W-VTR doesn't meet me in a back alley. Otherwise, we may have some problems. But in addition, another link I wanted to post here is actually not okay. I thought I posted the link. Link will be in the description. That's right. I put it in the description. So, Howard Jones is in charge of makeup and wardrobe. He's why I look like this. You know, he did my hair, he got my clothes, he did all my makeup, so I look like this. Very nice. I like it. Can move around. My eyes can move around too. Hopefully you guys can see that. Yeah. And my throat is getting sore already. But yes, so Howard Jones is in charge of that. I put his Twitter link in the description of this stream. I'm not sure if it's there while I'm live. If it's not, it will be after this live segment is over. Other credits I want to give out is I put the link for this in the okay. I put the link for this in the thing. I'll have to add this to the description. That's fun. So Storytaker is in charge of my microphone. When we get back to the studio, I'll show you real quick who's in charge of what. But he supplied my microphone, or they, I don't know, supplied my microphone. I did slightly play around with the color a little bit to be a little bit more my style. But the main microphone and also the colors that I combined are both done by him, so huge props to him. His name is also on the microphone, I think, too. And then Argama Witch, I believe is how it's pronounced. She was in charge of both my furniture for my studio as well as my snacks. She got me some nice cola. They did not get me Pepsi. So, you know, could have done better. But, you know, pretty good. Pretty good. I do like Coke as well. Or cola. I don't think it's Coke. Hooray for copyright. And then makeup and wardrobe again is Howard Jones. I don't know why I put that in there twice. I'm guessing I did this slide last when I was already drifting into hibernation. Something like that. So, just one final thing is the next broadcast. When can you expect it? My next broadcast, I'm planning to do a Doom playthrough. Mostly because that's one of the final games I really remember playing through all the way. In my first life. Again, I definitely played Quake, but I don't remember how far I got in that. So that'll probably be a stream later on, just not right off the bat, right from the get-go. Also Doom 2, I feel like I played that, but I'm gonna be honest, other than the super shotgun, I really don't remember anything from that game. Except I think John Romero was the boss or something. Or like he voiced the boss. Something along those lines. I remember hearing that. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing that. That stream is going to be 2 weeks from right now. That is going to be on October 30th. And we're actually going to be starting an hour earlier than this stream. That's going to be 2 o'clock p.m. EST. In a 24-hour format, that's going to be 1400. Or 1400. However it is. And if you're in a different time zone other than EST, which is Eastern Standard Time in America, Eastern side of America includes New England, I think it includes Florida, stuff like that. Basically the whole East Coast. If you're in a different time zone, there, I believe, are websites and tools you can use to basically determine what time that will be from your time zone. And yeah, hopefully that goes smoothly. More specific information on stream schedules in like future times will be coming as well. I haven't quite planned out a schedule yet, so more info on that will be coming. I'll definitely have it by the next stream. I also may have it slightly earlier on my Twitter, so again, Twitter link is in the description as well. So if you'd like to keep up to date, please follow that. And that's also where I'll be looking for any other posts using those hashtags as well. And one other thing I wanted to mention is I know that some other VTubers get clippers. I don't know if I'll be getting a clipper, especially even a dedicated one. I definitely don't think I'll be getting a dedicated one soon. But if I do happen to have anyone interested in clipping me, I give you full permission, full blessing. You're welcome to monetize it or whatever, absolutely. Post those videos, share them around, clip stuff you find funny, or clip videos of me being stupid. That's probably gonna come into play. I'm not even, actually, that's a lie. It's definitely gonna come into play. But yeah, so clippers are welcome and encouraged. One thing I would like to mention is if you do clip things, hit me up on Twitter or something and let me know, let me know you're clipping me, because I will absolutely subscribe and watch those, because I think that would be interesting. And yeah, I believe that's the end. Yeah, so thank you for listening. Just for legal reasons, the base of this slideshow was done by Slides Go, which I think I just realized the pun, and I'm depressed now. But yeah, so that was done by Slides Go. Basically legal reasons to do that, and I will be right back. Okay, and we are back in the studio. So, one thing I do want to quickly point out, this microphone over here on my right? No, what am I talking about? You're right. Stage right. That's not, is that stage right? I don't remember. I took acting classes, but again, they were in the 80s. It's been a while. But over here on my left, where I'm looking right now, you will see the microphone. That is done by Storytaker. Again, I just combined pieces of his blue microphone, pieces of his pink microphone to make my own little blue and pink. And then over here is that snack I was talking about. I have that non-brand name cola. Very yummy. Up above me here, we have the W-VTR logo. Yes. And then you'll notice here on my right, here on my left, we have some shelves. My idea is, and I may extend this as well as more streams go on, but I would prefer not to forget more stuff, because God knows I've already forgotten a lot. So the idea is I can make basically like a wall of memories or something, so whenever I finish up like a stream or a series of streams or something, I can put little mementos on the shelf to help me remember. And yeah, those are the shelves. And then other than that, I mean, I have this desk here. Not much to say on that. It's a desk. What do you want from me? It's a desk. But yeah, I think that more or less wraps things up. So yeah, again, follow the Twitter in the description for more information on what I'm going to be streaming next. Next stream is definitely going to be October 30th. Yeah, October 30th, 2 o'clock p.m. EST, 1400 hours, 24-hour clock. And I'm going to be playing Doom. It's not explicitly a horror game, but I still felt it fits the Halloween-y aesthetic. Unfortunately, it was a kind of a poor time to debut for that because, you know, I don't want my first stream to be a Halloween stream, but my first, like, real non-debut stream is gonna be the day before Halloween. So, you know, gotta do a little bit of spooky with Doom, but not go full all out. Hopefully I can do that next year, assuming this station stays above water. That's the other thing too I should mention. I know YouTube calls them channels. I'm probably just gonna call it a station. It's more what I'm used to, more what I remember, you know. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, thank you all for listening. Thank you for coming to the broadcast. And remember to stay hydrated. And I will see you, listeners, in the next one. Take care.